my name was Singh, stands for Chiman Singh. I'm from Indian Navy, and I was clearance driver. That's called a frogman. So, in the March, when Mujibur Rahman Sahib declared the war and all that, so the government and all the refugees start fleeing to India, and most of them were in very bad, health and situation, and starving and all that. So there were quite few Bengali origin who have deserted the Pakistan Navy in France. They were doing the submarine training, and they deserted and they asked for political asylum in India. So the Indian government granted them asylum, and we were asked to make use of them. So what they could do, they said, if you can help us, then we can be a frogman or saboteurs or underwater saboteurs, frogmen like. And then the final okay was given, and we start recruiting these Mukti Bahini as a Mukti Bahini frogmen, naval commandos. We recruited all these able-bodied young lads from all over border area, and start putting into place in border side in India, very much close to the border of Pakistan, then East Pakistan. The world did not know. They did know, the enemy did know that we are helping, but it was not on the screen or on television, or they could prove it that India was involved in all that. We start training these young lads. We have recruited them. Most of them were swimmers already, and we just started them giving training in unarmed combat, underwater demolition like blasting ships and all that, and underwater swimming and attacking with the limpet mines. So 5 of them were of ex-Pakistan Navy, which were of Bengali origin, and then about 200 to 250 young lads from all over the East Pakistanis or Bangladesh. We start training them, start giving them all physical exercises, and training them as a commando, naval frogman. And these kept going on for a couple of months. We start with early morning, Amar Sonar Bangla, Mitumaro Bhalabasi, that song and all that, then the smart of physical exercise, then for swimming, then for unarmed combat, then for underwater swimming with limpet mines, with all these explosives and blasting, for ships and all that. And finally, a plan was made to attack the ships in various East Pakistani ports, then East Pakistani ports, Narayanganj, Khulna, Mongla, and quite few more. And that was on 14th and 15th night, 14th, 15th August, the Independence Day of Pakistan. And the planning was how to finalize the operation day, where they were told that operation is going to take place on that day, but in case it has to be postponed or it's to be cancelled. So we were given the small radios, local radios, and the song was to be played from All India Radio Calcutta by a very old singer. Like I still remember Aaj ke jabo, kal ke jabo, jabo sasur baadi, or something like that. So if that song was to be played, so that means everything is okay. And in case you are caught by enemy or Pakistanis, then in case you have leaked out the secrecy, and others people won't be caught. So just to delay that, there was a warning song, and then the final attack song will be played, followed by next 24 hours. And if you hear that, that means the attack is going to be in the midnight or say after dark. So the planning was very good, and everything, inshallah, gone well, and the attacks were all over the places. All these lads of ex-Pakistani Navy, they were the leaders, and they did a very good job. A lot of merchant ships and other boats and installations were damaged and all that. Well, nobody thought that it's that easy to liberate a Bangladesh and give it to you a gift, because everybody thought it's impossible. I mean, impossible for in a limited time. It might prolong, the struggle might prolong. So, General Usmani, Colonel Usmani then, and Tajuddin Ahmed, your Prime Minister, they were all government in exile, or they were staying in our camp. So that was the first operation, and it was very successful. They all returned except one. I still remember Mr. Mia, who was among those 5-6 leaders, And then we started again. In the next operation, I was among them as well, because I was not ordered, but I just registered myself from Bongaon. And we did that operation. I still remember it was in October, November. It was Ramadan then, that month. So I came to Barishal with my group of lads who were trained. And we did a couple of operations like blasting these pylons and all the electricities and all that, small ships and all that. So that was the operation. Then the second operation was again conducted, and that was keep on going, because we were putting them inside the border, all over the Bangladesh border, right from Turra, right from Agartala, right from Bongaon, Calcutta, Sundarbans, Khulna, Chalna, all these. And they become a routine-like thing, and then every time we go, and it's like people, let's 1 or 2 casualties were of course there. Then we lost one of our my good officer, Samir Das, and all that. Well, then the war declared. All these lads were put in officially against the enemy. The Indian forces were against the enemy officially, that we don't have to hide or anything like that. We have to. So I was on the Padma, and we were to attack Khulna and all these Mongols. Those. There were hardly any naval ships available, because there were small naval ships were there, and all these merchant ships and all that. So it was on, I think 6th of December. Yeah, we did some operation in Mongla. Then we came to Khulna. We were fired upon by the aircraft and other shore batteries and all that. So after doing all these operations, the ship was sank. It was called Padma and all that. And quite few casualties among Mukti Bahinis or Indian forces and all that. I was injured myself, and quite few other also. In the morning, I happened to swim to shore, and there were 2 lads from Mukti Bahini. They were just, they were injured, and they were about to drown. So I helped them out, just to give them a little bit of support, and they make to shore. They made it to shore. So there were another 2 guys, and I was lying on half because I was injured by the rockets and bullets, and I couldn't make the use of my feet. I couldn't stand. I collapsed. And then I could see the bloods from the other lads and mine. They were just in the line in the water and all that. And I just lied on the shore. Then the Pakistani army came. They fired upon me. They fired quite few, two bullets on the side. And they challenged me, and I was just semi-unconscious like that. I was about to die or I was drowned because it was just, I was shivering. It was cold on 10th of December, something like that. I was in the muck, all the mud and everything, and I couldn't walk, So I had a government watch, diving watch, underwater watch. So one of the army sergeants say he wanted my watch. I said, take it. Don't kill me. Take the watch. He said he had not seen that sort of watch before. So it may be the bomb or it may be the transmitter or something like that. I said, no, it's a purely a watch. Take it, but don't kill me. Then there was a ring, wedding ring and all that, because all these were burns and they just were swollen with the fire. So they just swallowed. Then he wanted the ring to take out. And I said, take out. He took out the bonnet and he said, he'll cut my finger. I said, don't do it. Pull it off. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll bear the pain, but don't cut with my bonnet. So anyway, I thought I'll die in an hour or two, let's say. So I said, don't do all these. Take away whatever you like. Then the sirens were off, and other military contingent, they arrived. One of the officer, and he said, who are you? I said, I'm Indian Naval Commando. What you have been doing here? I said, for the operation against you. And then they dragged me rather, to the shelter, and then I was debriefed by the brigadier, and we were put in a small room, 3 officers and myself, and it was all blackout because of the siren air raid, and we were lying on them, and there was a guard outside or inside, and it was just lying in the blood, pool blood, and for 6 days. Doctors, they did come. They were too kind, but they said, no, we can't help you because there is hardly any medicine left. They were running around themselves to save themselves. They were about to surrender. And that just kept going for 6-7 days. And then one of the guard, he said, आप मुझे बताएंगे कि गाजी का क्या हुआ, क्योंकि his father was in Gaji. So we knew Gaji because before we left for operation, we knew the Gaji has been sung. But I said, if I tell him that Gaji is no more and your father Walid Saab is no more, then he might give me a few bumps. So I said, no, there's nothing wrong with Gaji. Gaji is safe and all that. So that was going on. On 16th, Indian Army, we didn't know what's happening outside. We could hear the bomb blast, all the sound and everything, and air raids and all that. So, and praying God, please just put a bomb on us, because it was so pathetic, so disgusting situation, and demoralized, and no medical, no food, nothing of that. And on that day, the door opened, and I could see my olive green disruptive uniform general and quite few with him when he opened. Couldn't see for a few months because it was just, we were in the dark for so long. And then we could see our man, and he said, how are you, son? I was just 25 years and a half old. And I started crying because he said, don't worry. They supported the general and all that. And that's it. The doctor was there. he just put on some salines or anything like that, what's wrong, and this and that. And then there was a quick operations, openly they disinfect all these wounds and all that. Bullets were taken out in the field ambulance. This is small mobile hospital used by army other than the military hospitals. So those were generals were there, much appreciation, gave some chocolates and all this support, pat and all that. And then there was a brigadier who debriefed me, and he said, how these people behave with you. I said, it's all right. That's what I expect. I don't expect a miracle or something in the marriage party that way, or they were all right because they were running. We could hear they were just running, just taking shelter. They don't know where to go. But I said, sir, your man has removed my watch and ring. If I appreciate if you please arrange. He said, sir, I'll do. He told to Indian general, sir, I'll make sure I get it before he leaves for India. Never got it. Well, there was a government issued, and I was airlifted to Bagdogra, then to Barakpur, and then we're lying on the runway for a couple of hours because all these ambulances and all the army, they were taking a lot of battle casualties and injured persons were there. And we were put on the military hospital, Calcutta. And later on we were shifted because there were a lot of Pakistani casualties as well. So you can't take them to interiors because of security reasons. So they wanted to put them on the border. So they just shifted our own men and to the interior, and to enemy was put for medical treatment and other operations. And I was there in the hospital for a couple of months. I was injured badly. And after 4 or 5 months, I was fit, and I went back to my diving school, commander school. And I found these young lads there for training as a Bangladesh Navy officers training. We really loved them because they were the good lads, and they did for their country, and they were very faithful, very patriotic. All these refugee camps, the aerial survey, if you see through the air, it was all white tents and all that. And our place where we were training them, it was a top secret site, so nobody was allowed. But we could see these young lads and small and girls and old women. They used to come pick up the firewood and all that, just to cook, So we used to allow them because there's a lot of suffering there already. And they used to tell us, because we had a lot of civilian staff other than the combatants who were training. They were the doctors and all that, all from this place. I came to Barishal, and the old lady came to me. I don't know, then my friend from Nazrul, he said, she came to me and he said, you take me to India. I don't know how she knew I'm from that place or something like that, maybe from my body or color or something. She said, you are Hindu. I said, yeah, I'm Hindu. India. She was Hindu lady. And she started crying. She said, all my people left me alone because they didn't want to carry me. She said, you can never make it, so it's better look after your property or something like that. If they kill, that's it. Inshallah, you can't help it out. So there are a lot of people, the same sad stories. And then when I came for operation, it was in October, November. We passed the river bed, and we could see all these matka tied to their neck and with the skeleton lying. I've seen myself for so long, as you can see, all those things. And really it was very hurting. And I haven't seen such a disgraceful treatment given to their own people. I got a very big wound. You want to see? Show? Okay, don't mind. Aircraft and show, and then the bullets by shore patrol. These are the bullets. All these. We were the witness, and Indian Army or Indian forces, because they've seen themselves. Why should I have that much of sentiment? Because I'm being soldier, I'll fight. But we were right from inside. We were burning, we were crying, we were seeing the people starving, no medical help, no food, their own people. And I met across a lot of Rajakars. Those days they were the Rajakars. They used to come to village Sobadi for all these goru and all that, meats or ladies or something like that. And they said, we exchange fire and kill them, quite few. So they were the people, and they were the own people. So, ma'am, well, I feel, and all these lads, they were ready to die. I mean, they would do anything. See, if you fight a war, you have some sort of portion or some sort of bit of your life for your parents, for your wife, for your kids. But none of these or none of us, because we have seen such people suffering. Very bad. That it. Very bad. No humanity. No. I can't. The butchers could do that. And there were a lot of young girls, young ladies, and they were just begging. What you can do? Government will give you only 100, 200 grams, all these, and moment you see them, you ask them, you help them, they start crying, and most of the people I met, or around our camps, or from our lads, they were looted and raped by their own people, the Bengali Rajakars or the Bengali. There are hardly any Punjabis or anything. They must have carried them. They must have took something for them, but they were not directly involved. So that's it. It is really nice. It is never too late, because we did our job. My government, my Prime Minister, and the armed forces, because I have seen myself the situation. I wish to thank people and the government and your media and you guys. Thank you very much. Amar Sonar Bangla. I can never forget you, and I wish you all the best, good Friday, bright future, and a well done, get together, and see you prospering and have a bright future.